In this video, I'll be showing you how to set up a Matrix Synapse server using Docker. I won't be covering how to expose the service to the internet. Instead, the focus is on getting the server fully operational and connecting with a client. I use this so it can interface with other self-hosted services, but more on that in a different video. Additionally, this is only covering the chat functionality of Synapse, not the calling capabilities. You can adapt this setup to use Cloudflare tunnels or expose your reverse proxy through port forwarding if you want external access. Some assumptions and prerequisites. You have a server with Docker and Docker Compose set up. You are using traffic with a domain name you own and can issue certificates. Lastly, you can set up internal DNS resolutions on your home network. All right, let's get logged into our server running Docker and make a directory for Synapse. After we make the directory, we'll go ahead and change directory into it. Here we're going to want to make a compose file. And in my GitHub repo, you have the generate synapse config, which goes over everything you need to generate the config file for your Synapse environment. So if we take that and paste the contents here, the only thing you need to pay attention to is the Synapse server name, which is will be unique to your environment. For me, it's in.re home labs. So I'll go ahead and save this. Next, we have to do our Docker Compose command to bring the environment up. And these commands are available as well in the GitHub repo. Oh, forgot a command. So it'll go through its paces and create some files and generate that config. After it's done, it tells you exactly where it places it, which is in the data / home server. So if we go to edit that file in and I forgot to put nano, let's do that. So in here is the config file that it generated. It should have your server name that you inputted in onto the previous compose file. It also has a section for a database, which we'll want to replace with a Postgres instead of the SQLite that it references here. So in Debian, you can do Control-K to get rid of these lines. Let's add a space. And then from the home server YAML config in my GitHub repo, you can pull out exactly what you need for this section. Let's paste it in. And then here you'll need to set a password that is complex and not known by anyone else other than you, and I would store it in a secure place like a password vault or something in case you don't want to come here to grab it. You'll also need to define this host parameter, which should be the container name of the Postgres database we're going to deploy in a moment in another compose file. So here's where you'll decide what it's going to be called. So make sure you take note of that. So I'm going to call it Matrix Postgres. You'll also want to add another feature here to disable, which is enable registration. We want to set that to false. After all that, we're ready to save this. Once we've saved it, we need to bring down the previous environment that we brought up with that Docker Compose file. And I have to add in sudo here. So it'll undo and undeploy that container and that network. And next we can remove the Docker Compose file. Forgetting a command as well. And we'll actually want to make another Docker Compose file And you can edit the previous one and clear it out, but I'm just going to remove it and create a new one. And we'll want to take the contents of my Docker Compose YAML file in the GitHub repository and copy and paste it into here. So if you're following this guide to a T, the place where you place the Synapse config path is going to be in data homeserver.yaml, and when we map the volume, it's going to be in your home drive, your user ID, the path we made earlier, the directory we made, which was Matrix Synapse data, and we're mounting it to data, which in fact is how it's going to find this homeserver.yaml. Feel free to manipulate this to your needs, but this way should work. You also need to make sure, since you're using traffic, that you define the network in which traffic is available. For me, it's called front end. And then in the labels for the traffic reverse proxy, make sure that whatever cert resolver you're using in the static config file for traffic, the provider field is set accordingly. So for me, it's Cloudflare. And then on the host to identify on when you're routing to it, make sure you put in the one you put in for the server information in the config file. So for me, it was that im.re homelabs.com. This compose file also references some environment variables, so we'll need to create that .env file with these variables in them, so we'll do that after this. But everything else is pretty standard and straightforward. You'll also want to make sure that the container name, again, matches what you put in the homeserver.yaml. So for me, it was matrix/Postgres, or dash, sorry. So let's save. Let's make that environment variable file. And in here, you'll want to paste what I also have in the GitHub repo. This password, again, should be complex and should also match what you put into the homeserver.yaml configuration file for the database. This is a demo environment for me. I plan to tear it down afterwards, so it doesn't really matter. So let's save this file. After that, let's go ahead and run and bring up the environment. And I'm going to leave off the -d, that way we can see everything configured. So it's created those containers, it's running through all of the startup configuration. And we'll just let it run for a few seconds to make sure we don't see any obvious errors, after which we'll go ahead and detach and do a quick test to see if the Matrix Synapse server is up and running. So if there were errors, they would have been thrown pretty much right away, whether it's permissions or just something's incompatible, or if it can't find something on the other container. So I'm going to go ahead and detach and let this run in the background. What we can do now is go over quickly to a browser, and you'll want to go to your whatever you set your server name as, which was for me, which is the im.re homelabs.com, at which point you want to make sure that you put in a DNS resolution on your local network to make this resolve to your traffic proxy. That way it could pass it through to the container. So I'm going to go ahead and hit enter, and here we go. Matrix, it works, Synapse is running, and then it instructs you that you'll need a Matrix client to connect and start using the service. There are many clients that you can click this link on to go see which one suits your needs. I've pre-selected Element to use for myself. So there's two ways you can connect to it, which is with the web browser or the web application, or there is a thick client as well that you can download for Windows or whatever your device is. So I'm opting for simplicity with the web app. So let's go ahead and sign in. And if we edit this field to change from the public facing one or the well-known one, we'll want to use our other home server, which will be the one we set up. And then it asks for a username. We disabled user registration, so we actually have to do this manually from the CLI within the container. So if we go back into the container or into Docker, there's a few commands that you'll need to run to create a login for it. So this is also available in the GitHub repo. You'll need to replace the curly brackets with your container name. for the Synapse one. So mine is called Matrix Synapse. And now we're inside this container as root. And we can run this command, which is instructing it to create a new user. And we'll do so. So I'm going to call it test. Password. Retype the password. And do we want to make it an admin? If this is for your production environment, for your account, you'll definitely want to make yourself an admin. Oh, it looks like I already made one. Well, let's run the command again, and we'll do test 3. And there we go, we got a success. So now we can exit from here and go back to our web browser. And so now you'll want to log in with the account you created. And during first time login, it's going to ask you to back up your chats. You hit continue, it'll take you exactly to where you need to do this. You'll need to get recovery key, click continue. You'll need to copy this recovery key and store this in a secure place, a password vault, or just somewhere you know where it will be at all times. After which it's going to ask you to paste it right back in. You hit finish setup, and we're all done. You can enable desktop notifications. For me, it's not going to work because I'm in an incognito window, but for you, outside of it, it should work just fine. And then if you want to improve element, you can choose yes or no. I'm just going to press no since this is a demo environment. And that's it. From here, you can build rooms, whatnot. I do use this with integrations with other things to send push notifications through and to interact with some other services. I'll be making some more videos on things like that. But thanks for watching. Hopefully this was helpful. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them below and I'll do the best that I can to answer them for you. Thank you.